You did everything the way you were told. The pan's hot, there's oil in it, and when you go to turn the eggs, half of them stay behind. So you scrape, and you tell yourself the pan's just old, or it's cheap, or you ruined it somewhere along the way. I told myself that for years. I had the wrong thing broken, and the thought right after that one, this is more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, I've had that thought too, and I meant it.
This one was my grandfather's. 60 years on a farm outside Lancaster, and it never stuck. Not once that I saw. He left a notebook. Page 31 is 3 lines long.
His name was Amos. He wrote things down because he didn't trust his own memory. And then he lived long enough that the whole family came to him to remember for them. 60 years of it, one black notebook. The early pages you can barely read. Page 31 is from the middle, when his hand was still steady. There's a grease mark in the margin. He wasn't writing this at a desk. He was writing it standing at the stove. I should tell you about the pan I bought to replace his. Good brand. Cost real money. I babied it. 2 years in, the coating was coming off in strips.
Here's my problem with page 31 though. 2 of those 3 lines looked wrong to me. And one of them I argued with him about for a year before I gave in.
So I'm not going to just tell you he was right. 2 pans. Same burner, same fat, same eggs, same minute. His and mine. The only thing that changes is whether I follow the page. This first one. 9 people out of 10 do this in the exact opposite order. I was one of them for about 15 years, and nobody ever once told me otherwise.
It says, pan first, then fat, then food. That's the whole line. And I remember thinking, that's not a technique, that's just an order.
Then I stood there a while, because it isn't about the order. It's about what has to be true before the fat ever goes in. Cast iron doesn't heat like a thin pan. It heats slow, and it heats unevenly, and then it holds on to whatever it ends up with. So when you pour oil into a pan that's only hot in the middle, you've got a cold ring around the outside that the oil never really seals. Food goes down, hits that cold ring, and it grabs. You pull. It tears. The torn part stays behind, and
that's the whole cycle. It isn't the pan giving up on you. It's a pan being asked to work before it's ready.
Here's how he checked, and there's no thermometer in it. Hand flat, about a hand's width above the middle. When you can't hold it there comfortably anymore, move your hand out to the edge. When the edge feels the same as the middle, on his stove, that was a couple of minutes. On mine, it's closer to 5 because my burner is smaller than his ever was. And that's the part nobody tells you. The number is yours, not his. What you're matching is the feel, then the fat, then the food.
Now, the second line is 3 words long. 3 words. And it cost me a whole summer.
I'll say this once, and then I'll leave it alone. I'm copying the notebook out, all of it, page by page, in order, because there's exactly one of them. It's coming apart at the spine, and it should not die in a drawer in my house. That's all. Leave it be. That's the line. That's all he wrote. And I read that and thought, that's not instruction. That's a man being short with me.
Here's what it actually means.
When food goes onto hot iron, it sticks. On purpose. Right away. That's not the pan failing. That's the surface doing exactly what it's supposed to do. What's happening underneath is a crust forming. And while that crust is forming, the food is holding on. When the crust is finished, it lets go. By itself. You don't have to do anything at all. So every single time I nudged it or poked at it or slid the spatula under just to check, I was tearing that crust off before it was done. Checking whether it was stuck was the thing that was making it stick.
I lost most of a summer to that. Not because it's hard. because doing nothing feels like doing it wrong.
All right, both pans, same burner, same fat, same spoonful of it, same eggs, same carton. Mine on the left, that's the one you watched fail at the top of this video. His on the right. Mine goes in the way I used to do it. Pan warm, oil in, egg in, and then I fuss with it. His goes in off the page. Pan first, then fat, then food, and then I leave it alone. Watch the edge on his. See it come up? I'm not doing that. That's it letting go. Now mine.
There. Same egg, same minute, same stove.
Wash it warm. Dry it on the fire. This is the one I fought him on. Because everybody in this country has been told the same thing. You never put water on cast iron. Never. My grandmother told me that. I told other people that, and he wrote, wash it. So I did the coward's version for a long time. Wiped it out, called it clean, put it away with a film still on it. And it kept getting stickier, and I kept blaming the water I wasn't even using.
Here's where I ended up, and I ended up agreeing with him.
Water isn't what hurts a pan. Standing water is. Water that sits in it overnight. Water left in the bottom of the sink. Water that's still in there when it goes in the cupboard. That's where rust comes from. Water that's in and out inside a... So, warm water right after you cook while the pan still has heat in it. Half the time it rinses itself. If something's really welded on, coarse salt and a folded towel, and you scrub with the salt, not with steel.
And then the part everybody skips.
Back on the burner, low, until it stops steaming and goes dull and dry, all the way dry. Then a wisp of oil, less than you think, wiped around until it looks like there's nothing there at all. If it looks oily, that's too much, and it'll be. That's the ritual. 90 seconds. And it's the whole difference between a pan that gets better every year and one that gets worse. Now, I've got to be fair about something here, because he isn't around to say it, and it would bother me not to. He wrote this for a coal range, and then a gas stove, in a house where the same pan sat on the same burner every day for 60 years. If you've got a glass top, dragging iron across it will mark it. Set it down and pick it up. Don't slide. If you're on induction, it heats faster and more evenly than anything he ever cooked on, so the hand test comes sooner than my 5 minutes. Trust your hand, not my number. And if your pan is enameled, this whole page isn't for you. Different surface, different rules.
He wasn't writing a law. He was writing down what worked at his stove. I want to come back to that pan I bought.
It didn't fail because somebody cheated me. It failed because it did exactly what it was built to do. Work well for about 2 years and then be replaced. That's not a scandal. That's just what gets made when the money is in the next one. And here's the part that actually bothers me. A pan that lasts 100 years gets sold 1 time. A pan that lasts 2 gets sold 50 times. So think about who has any reason at all to keep hold of the knowledge that makes things last. Nobody. Nobody's hiding it. There's just nothing in it for anyone to write it down. So it doesn't get written down. It sits in the head of one man in one kitchen, and when he goes, it goes with him. Except he did write it down. And that's the only reason I know a single thing I've told you today, which is why I'm copying out every page of it. Page 9's on your screen. The rest of the pages are in the notebook if you'd rather not wait on me. Either way, I'll see you next page.